Rings is directed by Javier Gutierrez, and it is the sequel to the 2002 Gore Verbinski film, The Ring. This film follows a young girl who investigates the origin of Samara after watching the infamous cursed tape. Now, the 2002 Gore Verbinski film, The Ring, I truly feel like is one of the best remakes of all time. Not only that, but it's one of the best horror films of the 21st century. The movie is really creepy. It does some stuff that I can't think of any other movie that it does. Some of the imagery in that movie is just horrifying. It haunts your nightmares. But then they followed up with The Ring 2, which was pretty underwhelming to say the least. And we haven't gotten a Ring movie until now. Interesting though is this film was actually supposed to come out in 2015. Rumor has it that the studio isn't very confident in their product, so they pushed it back on the back burner until now. Well, I wasn't really looking forward to this movie, and it sounds like Paramount wasn't either. That paired with the fact that the trailers for this movie were kinda dumb. The only thing that really piqued my interest about this film was the intrigue of what if the infamous Ring tape had gotten online and became a viral video? That's something that I actually was looking forward to seeing in this movie, how they played with that. And unfortunately, that aspect is a very small part of this film. That portion of the story is really only towards the beginning and a little bit more to the latter half of the film. But with the main meat of the story, the whole internet and the technology doesn't really play a big role with this movie, which I did find disappointing. Something I did actually like about this film is it does delve into the history of Samara. It gives a little bit more of her backstory and some information that we haven't known until now. And I feel like if you are a big fan of The Ring and you love the character of Samara, you'll actually be interested in this movie because it does delve deep into her history. Unfortunately, just the idea of rings was actually better than the execution of Rings. Now, Rings isn't a terrible film. It's definitely not the type of movie that you push back 2 years because you're so not confident in your product. Without a doubt, one of the worst parts of this film was the acting. The main girl in this movie is so bad. She has absolutely no range of emotion. Every line that comes out of her mouth is either straight-faced, no movement on the face at all, just talking like this. I watched the tape. I had no other choice. It's either that or her looking really concerned and breathing a lot. Now with the 2002 film The Ring, that, as I said, is a really freaking scary movie. That's honestly where horror sequels and comedy sequels kind of match, because you've seen the trick before. You've seen what's up with their sleeves. With The Ring, you kind of know what you're going to get. You're going to get these people watching this video, and then 7 days later, Samara comes out of the TV and starts crawling towards them, and then they make the weird face. It's either that or this main girl, this character, she would be investigating something that has to do with Samara, and she would just go into this dream sequences, and she'd start hallucinating, and then her boyfriend would have to pull her out of it. She would go, I think I saw something. I swear they do it several times in this film, and I thought it was so weird how they would repeat the exact same line. So it's either the TV stuff or her hallucinating or something else that really killed this movie for me. Rings has a crap ton of jump scares. I was almost kind of on board with this movie, but every time they did a jump scare, it just annoyed me more and more to where I was just like, okay, forget this movie, I'm sick of it. There is so many false jump scares in this movie, whether it's a dog, or the douchebag friends, or just something running across the floor. There's so much crap in this film, and it gets so frustrating. So after a while, this film becomes very tedious and very repetitive, because you either have the Samara stuff of her coming out of the TV, or bugs, or jump scares, or dream sequences. Every single scare is something that I've seen before in not only The Ring, but tons of other movies. Overall, Rings wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it really wasn't good either. Die-hard fans of The Ring will appreciate how this film actually builds on Samara's backstory and her history. Ultimately, the interesting concept that was behind this movie was tarnished by bad acting and even worse scares. So have you guys seen Rings? What did you think about it? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked today's video. And if you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews and movie related things. I guess thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.